Bats Around the Clock by Kathy Napatel and narrated by Melissa Sweet. Bats Around the Clock. The cameras were rolling. It was live from coast to coast, special 12-hour program, and Click Dark was the host. At 1 o'clock Pacific time, those bats began to shrug. At 2 o'clock, Clock Dark said, "Stop. It's time to jitterbug." All across the nation, all across the world, on TV sets here and there, the Rockin' Bats riddle. With ponytails and bobby socks. At 3, they were looking to spin. At 4 o'clock, they said, "Let's poop," as bats to swim. 60 minutes later, our host cried out, "Let's jive," with singing and swaying. That's all they did at 5. There was a rocking in the rafters, and there was dancing in the street. Then they did the locomotion. They boogled to the beat. Well, they shimmered and they shimmered, and the clock turned around to 6. Chubby checkers took the stage. Bats began to twist. They twisted left and twisted right until the hour of 7. Then the shanky little shouting. It was rock and roll in heaven. It's 8 o'clock and it was bats hip hopped. They danced at Hotu Cho. Gotham Electronics. At 9 o'clock, the bats got down and they did a bugaloo. And when it seemed like they were all popped out, they booked the pony before the hour was over, and then even did the hokey pokey. The hokey pokey? By 10, Mr. Pan those boogie bats. And they was grooving their boots. At 11, it was paling, and to see the group was cutting loose. Now all across the continent, the dens, the nation, and the audience was waiting for the final demonstration. There was fine cracking when the moment came at last. The old clock, 12 o'clock, 12 dark yelled, and the ear was all right, guess. He lifted the spotlight. He bettered the blues. The studio crowd went crazy. Then when he saw blue suited shoes, he was jumping, he was jiving, he was really in the groove. He just looked those bats electrifying until he final move. Then he sang to them so tenderly, he sang to them so sweet. Then the midnight hour ended. The bats were off their feet. At last, the show was over. The studio was closed. But tune us again next year and Click Dark at the lost host. The living rooms from north to south, same time, same place, same situation. Around the clock, those bats will clock. 12-hour bat sensation. It's the fun to tell time as you dance around the clock.